7 hidden signs she secretly craves you, powerful female attraction, psychology tricks. Love is composed of a single soul inhabiting two bodies. Aristotle. There's a simple truth most men learn a little late. People rarely confess what they want out loud. Real desire usually shows up in the between the lines stuff. How she looks at you, how close she gets, how her voice changes, and the energy she brings when you're around. When a woman is genuinely attracted, she may still keep it quiet because of pride, fear of rejection, or simply wanting to see if you can read the room like a confident man. The good news is, those signals aren't random. They're tied to psychology and emotion. And once you notice them, you'll stop guessing and start understanding. Today we're going to decode 7 hidden signs she secretly craves you, not just as a friend, but as someone she feels pulled toward. Let's get into it. Sign 1. Her eyes do the talking. Sign 1. Her eyes do the talking, and this is where everything quietly begins, long before words, long before excuses, long before either of you admits anything out loud, because eyes never lie even when mouths do. And that old phrase about eyes being the windows to the soul survives for a reason, especially when attraction is involved, because in moments of real interest, the eyes are not passive observers. They are active messengers, sending signals faster than logic can catch up, and you must learn to read them without overthinking or doubting yourself. A polite glance is nothing special. That is basic courtesy. But when her eyes linger just a fraction longer than necessary, when they drift back to you again and again as if pulled by an invisible thread, when she looks away only to return moments later, something deeper is happening beneath the surface. Don't dismiss that as chance. Don't tell yourself it means nothing. Be honest with what you are seeing. In female psychology, sustained eye contact is rarely accidental, especially when it repeats, because the brain does not waste attention on what it does not value, and attraction begins with attention. When her gaze softens instead of hardens, when her pupils subtly widen, when her blinking slows, those are not rehearsed behaviors. They are instinctive responses, the kind no one consciously controls. That is subconscious attraction quietly stepping forward. Now notice the most revealing detail of all, the glance to your lips. That small movement speaks volumes. It suggests curiosity, anticipation, imagination. It signals that her mind is exploring closeness before her words ever do. This is not fantasy. This is biology meeting emotion. Psychology tricks often fail because they try to force reactions, but real attraction leaks out naturally through the eyes, through micro movements, through moments she doesn't realize you notice. Be present enough to notice. Be calm enough not to rush. You must understand that when a woman's eyes seek you out in a room, when they find comfort resting on you, it means you represent something safe, something intriguing, something worth her attention. That is the foundation of how to fall in love, not through grand gestures, but through quiet recognition. Her eyes returning to yours again and again show alignment, interest, and a silent question. Do you see me too? And here is where many men get it wrong. They look, but they don't truly see. They notice the glance, but miss the pattern. They catch the moment, but ignore the repetition. Don't do that. Patterns matter more than moments. One look can be coincidence. Many looks are intention. In female psychology, repetition is reassurance, a way of checking emotional safety without risk. Her eyes are asking permission before her heart ever does. That is why this sign is so powerful. It happens early, it happens quietly, and it sets the tone for everything that follows. Be steady in your response. Don't stare her down. Don't look away in fear. Meet her gaze with calm confidence. That is not arrogance. That is presence. That tells her you are comfortable in your skin, aware of the moment, and not desperate for validation. Psychology tricks that rely on manipulation crumble here, because authenticity is what keeps her eyes coming back. And when they do, something subtle but meaningful forms between you, an unspoken connection that feels natural rather than forced. This is how attraction grows in real life, not through lines or tactics, but through shared attention and emotional timing. You must trust this process. Her eyes are revealing what her words have not caught up with yet. They show curiosity before commitment, interest before intention, emotion before explanation. And when you understand this, you stop chasing signs loudly and start listening quietly. That shift changes everything. It changes how you stand, how you speak, how you wait. It changes how you approach how to fall in love without pressure or pretense. Remember, attraction does not announce itself with noise. It whispers. And the eyes are always the first to speak. Sign 2, she finds reasons to touch. Sign 2, she finds reasons to touch, and this sign speaks in a language far older than words, because touch is one of the first ways humans ever learned to connect, long before conversation, long before logic, long before explanations were needed, and when a woman is drawn to you, her body often understands it before her mind is ready to admit it. Touch creates closeness. That is human nature. It creates warmth, safety, and familiarity. So when she lightly touches your arm while laughing, brushes past you just a little closer than necessary, or reaches out to fix something on your shirt that you could easily fix yourself, don't dismiss it as meaningless. Don't tell yourself she's just being polite. Be aware. That is not random behavior. That is intention wrapped in subtlety. Psychology has shown again and again that repeated, casual contact is one of the clearest indicators of attraction, because touch crosses a boundary words cannot, and people do not cross that boundary unless they feel a pull. Now understand this clearly. These touches are rarely dramatic. They are small, almost innocent. That is the point. A hand on the forearm that lasts half a second longer than expected, fingers grazing your shoulder as she passes, a gentle nudge when she makes a joke. That is her testing comfort. That is her checking safety. That is her asking. Without asking, is this space between us allowed to shrink? In female psychology, attraction often unfolds step by step, not in leaps, and touch is the bridge between emotional interest and physical closeness. You must respect that rhythm. Don't rush it. Don't pull away in confusion. Be steady. Be grounded. That calm response is what separates an average man from a high-value man, because composure signals security, and security is deeply attractive. Notice how these touches often come with smiles, laughter, or moments of shared humor. That is not coincidence. Laughter lowers defenses. Touch strengthens bonds. Together, they create a safe emotional loop. She touches. She watches how you react. She notes whether you tense up, lean away, or stay relaxed. That reaction matters more than you think. You must understand this. Attraction is not just about initiating. It is about receiving well. A man who can receive touch naturally, without hesitation or pressure, radiates masculine energy in a quiet, confident way. Not loud, not forced, just present. And presence is what allows you to attract women without chasing or convincing. There is another layer many men miss. Sometimes she will create a reason to touch when no reason is needed, adjusting your collar, brushing lint that isn't really there, guiding you lightly through a crowd with her hand on your back. These are invitations, not accidents. That is her way of entering your physical space while giving herself plausible comfort. It allows her to feel close without feeling exposed. Psychology tricks that try to manufacture attraction often ignore this truth, but real connection is built on comfort first, not bold moves. Be patient enough to let that comfort grow. That patience is power. Don't confuse this sign with friendliness alone. Context matters, frequency matters, pattern matters. One touch can mean nothing. Repeated touches over time tell a story. In female psychology, repetition is reassurance. It's her way of saying, I feel good here. And when a woman feels good in your presence, she will naturally seek reasons to stay connected, even in small physical ways. That is how attraction becomes embodied, not just imagined. This is how emotional interest starts to feel real. Now, here's the key point. You must not overreact. Don't grab. Don't escalate abruptly. Don't assume entitlement. That breaks trust instantly. Instead, mirror calm. Stay open. Let your body language say, I'm comfortable, I'm grounded, I'm not in a rush. That response reinforces her sense of safety and deepens attraction naturally. This is where many men fail, because they mistake touch as a green light to push forward too fast. But a high-value man understands pacing. He understands timing. He understands that attraction grows when pressure is absent. Touch is also how she gauges your emotional steadiness. If you stiffen, she feels tension. If you flinch, she senses uncertainty. If you stay relaxed, she feels anchored. That anchoring effect is part of masculine energy at its best. Calm strength, quiet assurance, not performance, not control, just ease. And ease is magnetic. That is how you attract women without saying much at all. So when she finds reasons to touch, see it for what it is. It is communication, it is curiosity, it is connection in its earliest physical form. Be attentive, be respectful, be grounded. That is how you allow attraction to deepen instead of dissolving. Touch is not the end of the story. It is the next chapter opening, and how you respond determines whether that chapter continues or quietly closes. If this opened your eyes, don't just watch and move on. Take action. Like the video, subscribe for more insights on attraction and psychology, and share it with a man who needs this clarity. Then comment this sentence below to lock it into your mind and start seeing the signs clearly. I notice the small touches, and I respond with calm confidence. Sign 3, her body opens up in your presence. When a woman's body opens up in your presence, understand this clearly and without hesitation, because the body never lies. Not now, not ever. And this truth has been recognized across centuries by warriors, philosophers, and men who mastered human nature long before modern dating advice existed. And when you notice her posture soften, her shoulders relax, her arms uncross, her torso angle toward you, her legs subtly align in your direction, or her head tilt just enough to invite connection, you are witnessing something deeper than casual interest. You are seeing comfort transform into desire, safety evolve into attraction, and awareness sharpen into focus, because attraction is not loud, it is quiet, and the strongest signals are never shouted. They are whispered through movement, through space, through how the body chooses openness over protection. And as Marcus Aurelius reminded us, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts, and her body reflects thoughts she may never say aloud. Thoughts that say you are trusted, you are respected, you are felt. And in modern life where distractions are endless and attention is the rarest currency, a woman does not open her body to just anyone. She does it only when her instincts approve, and instincts are older than language, older than culture, older than manners. And this is where Old Stoic wisdom aligns perfectly with modern psychology. Because Stoicism win is not about chasing signals, it is about becoming the kind of man whose presence creates them naturally, without effort, without performance, without anxiety, because an iron mind creates emotional gravity, and gravity pulls things inward without force. And when she tucks her hair back, exposing her neck, when she leans closer without realizing it, when she mirrors your movements or slows her breathing to match yours, she is not acting. She is responding, responding to the calm certainty you project, responding to the grounded stillness that says you are comfortable with yourself. And comfort is contagious. Attraction follows comfort, and desire follows attraction. And as Seneca said, he who is brave is free. And freedom is deeply attractive, because a man who does not need approval is a man worth earning. And this is where many men misunderstand the moment. They rush, they talk too much, they fill silence with noise. They mistake openness as an invitation to impress rather than an invitation to remain steady. But the correct response is restraint, presence, patience. Because when her body opens, she is testing whether you can hold the space without collapsing into need. And this is where iron mind discipline separates men who win from men who wonder what went wrong, because silence at the right moment is confidence, stillness is leadership, and grounded eye contact is reassurance. And in a world that rewards speed, the man who moves slowly controls the pace, and control of pace is control of direction. And direction creates trust, and trust deepens attraction. And this is not manipulation. This is alignment. Because when you are aligned with yourself, others align with you, and modern men face a constant pressure to perform, to entertain, to prove. But Stoicism Win teaches something different. It teaches that strength is quiet, intention is measured, and power is patient. And when you embody this, her body responds before her mind catches up because the nervous system recognizes safety faster than logic, and safety is the foundation of desire. And desire grows where pressure does not exist. And this is why repeating patterns matter. Not one signal, not one moment, but consistency. Because consistency builds credibility, and credibility builds attraction, and attraction builds connection, and connection builds momentum, and momentum changes outcomes. And as Epictetus taught, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. So decide to be the man who does not rush, the man who observes, the man who understands that her open posture is not a command to act, but confirmation to continue being exactly who you are, calm, centered, deliberate. Because victory in life does not come from forcing outcomes. It comes from positioning yourself correctly and allowing outcomes to come to you. And this applies far beyond relationships. It applies to leadership, business, health, and purpose. Because an iron mind does not chase validation, it attracts respect, and respect is magnetic. And when you recognize her open body language, you do not need to label it. You do not need to question it. You simply acknowledge it internally and remain composed, because composure is rare, and rarity creates value, and value creates desire. And in modern life, where attention is scattered and authenticity is scarce, the man who listens with his eyes and responds with restraint stands out immediately, and this is how Old Stoic wisdom becomes a living advantage today. Not theory, not philosophy, but practice. Lived daily, embodied fully, and repeated consistently, because Stoicism Win is not about winning her approval. It is about winning control over yourself. And when you do that, attraction becomes a byproduct, not a goal. And remember this always. The body never lies, but it only speaks to those who are calm enough to listen, strong enough to wait, and disciplined enough to stay grounded. And if you master this, you do not just succeed in moments of attraction, you master life itself, because the same principles apply everywhere. Stay steady, stay aware, stay centered, repeat this daily, build your iron mind, trust old Stoic wisdom, and move forward, knowing that when a woman opens her body to you, it is not luck. It is confirmation that you are becoming the man you were meant to be. Sign 4, her voice becomes playful, soft, or unique with you. Sign 4 goes far deeper than most men ever realize, because when a woman's voice changes around you, it is not a surface-level habit. It is a biological and emotional signal unfolding in real time. And if you learn to hear it without rushing, without projecting, without panicking, you begin to understand how attraction actually grows beneath polite conversation. Most people think attraction is shown through words, through compliments, through obvious signals, but the truth is quieter and far more revealing. The voice tells the story first. When she is drawn to you, her voice often becomes softer, warmer, more playful, or subtly different in a way that feels intimate rather than dramatic. This shift is not something she plans. It happens because her nervous system relaxes in your presence. That relaxation changes breathing. Breathing changes tone. Tone changes emotional texture. That is female psychology at work, and it is remarkably consistent. You may notice her voice slow down when she talks to you, as if she is no longer in a hurry to move on, as if the moment itself has become comfortable enough to linger inside. That is not coincidence. That is her body saying, "This feels safe. Don't rush that. Don't fill every pause. Be still. Let the space breathe." When a woman feels drawn to you, she often adds a teasing quality to her words. Not sharp, not sarcastic, but light and inviting, the kind that feels like a private smile hidden inside sound. This teasing is not meant to challenge you. It is meant to connect. It is a bridge, not a test. And when she starts creating inside jokes with you, phrases that only the two of you understand, references that make no sense to anyone else, you must understand the deeper meaning. She is carving out emotional territory. She is building a shared world. That is how to fall in love before love is ever spoken. This is one of the most overlooked psychology tricks in human connection. People bond through shared emotional language long before they bond through labels. Her voice becomes a tool of intimacy, carrying warmth, softness, and emotional color she does not offer freely to everyone. Pay attention to consistency. Anyone can be warm once, anyone can laugh once, but when her voice repeatedly changes only with you, when it softens in serious moments and brightens when she jokes with you, that pattern matters. Patterns are truth. Don't ignore them. At the same time, don't cling to them. Be grounded. Confidence lives in calm observation, not reaction. You may also notice that her voice drops slightly lower when she speaks to you, not in a forced way, but in a relaxed, settled way, as if she no longer needs to stay guarded or perform. That lowering often signals comfort and trust, because tension raises the voice, while ease brings it down. This is female psychology expressing itself through the body, not through conscious thought. Don't overinterpret it out loud. Don't call attention to it. Let it exist naturally. When you respect these subtle shifts, you reinforce the very conditions that allow attraction to deepen. Another important contrast to notice is how she sounds around others compared to how she sounds with you. Around people she feels neutral toward, her voice may be efficient, polite, even pleasant, but emotionally flat. With you, it gains texture, it gains rhythm, it gains warmth. That contrast is emphasis. That is her choosing you without announcing it. Be present enough to notice and calm enough not to spoil it. When you interrupt her, rush her, or talk over her, you disrupt that emotional flow. Don't do that. Listen fully. Let her finish. Let her voice land. That simple act communicates respect, and respect deepens attraction more reliably than any clever line. This is how psychology tricks work best in real life, not as manipulation, but as awareness. When she feels heard, her voice often becomes even softer, even more playful, because she senses that you are emotionally safe to open up to. Be steady. Be patient. You must understand that she is not trying to impress you with her voice. She is responding to how she feels around you. That is the difference. Performance is loud. Authentic attraction is subtle. Over time, as comfort grows, her voice may begin to carry more emotional weight, more honesty, more vulnerability. She may sigh softly when she talks. She may laugh more freely. She may let silence sit between words without rushing to fill it. Silence, when shared comfortably, is intimacy forming. Don't fear it, let it be. That silence is often where connection deepens. This is how to fall in love slowly, safely, and powerfully, without forcing anything. Her voice becomes a place she returns to when she feels relaxed, curious, and emotionally open. You must match that energy, not by mirroring her voice, but by staying calm, grounded, and emotionally present. Don't exaggerate. Don't perform. Be real. Female psychology responds to authenticity far more than effort. Another subtle sign within her voice is how she says your name. Listen to it. Does it soften? Does it stretch slightly? Does it carry warmth? Names are powerful emotional triggers, and when a woman feels drawn to you, your name often becomes emotionally charged in her voice. That is not accidental. That is association forming. This is one of those psychology tricks that reveals attachment before attachment is acknowledged. When she feels good saying your name, she feels good thinking about you. Don't underestimate that. At the same time, don't demand more than the moment offers. Let it unfold naturally. Attraction grows best when it is not rushed. If her voice becomes playful, soft, or uniquely warm only with you, that is her emotional door opening. You must not push it open. You must simply stand there calmly, showing through your presence that it is safe for her to step closer when she chooses. This balance is essential. Too much pursuit creates pressure. Too little presence creates distance. Be steady in the middle. That is how to fall in love in a way that lasts. Over time, her voice may begin to sound different even when she talks about ordinary things, because it is not the topic that matters, it is the connection. When mundane conversations feel emotionally rich, Attraction is already there. That is female psychology responding to comfort, trust, and emotional resonance. And here is the final truth most men overlook. Her voice is not a signal meant to be decoded aggressively. It is an invitation meant to be respected. When you listen without agenda, respond without rushing, and stay emotionally grounded, you allow her attraction to deepen at its own pace. That is powerful. That is rare. That is real. This is not about control. This is about awareness. These psychology tricks are not tricks at all, but natural expressions of human connection. When you learn to hear them, you stop chasing signals and start recognizing mutual interest as it quietly grows. That is female psychology in its purest form. That is how to fall in love without forcing a single step. Listen carefully, stay calm, be present. Let her voice show you what her words are not ready to say yet. Sign 5, her compliments reach beneath the surface. Sign 5 is quiet, but it goes deep. Her compliments reach beneath the surface. A surface-level compliment like, "You look nice," is polite, safe, and easy to give. Anyone can say it. It costs nothing. But when a woman takes the time to admire your character, your resilience, your patience under pressure, your unique sense of humor, or the calm way you handle challenges, that is something else entirely. That is not casual. That is intentional. That is attention focused on who you are, not just what you look like. And you must understand this clearly. Compliments that speak to your essence reveal genuine admiration because they require observation, reflection, and emotional presence. She is not reacting to a snapshot. She is responding to a pattern. She has watched how you move through the world, how you respond when things don't go your way, how you carry yourself when no one is applauding. That is why these compliments matter. They are not decorations, they are signals. They tell you she is tuned in, listening between the lines, noticing the things most people overlook. And that level of attention is rare. Don't dismiss it. Don't downplay it. Be aware. Be grounded. Be receptive. Because when she sees your inner qualities and chooses to name them, she is taking a small emotional risk. That is vulnerability. That is her way of saying, "I don't just see you, I feel you." Now pause here and think carefully. Why would this matter so much? Because in female psychology, noticing character is not accidental, it is selective. A woman does not invest this level of focus in just anyone. She does it when she feels safety, curiosity, and respect all at once. When she compliments how you stay calm in difficult moments, she is responding to your masculine energy, not in a loud or performative way, but in a steady, grounded way that feels dependable. When she appreciates your humor, especially the kind that is thoughtful or slightly self-aware, she is signaling comfort. When she admires how you hold your values without forcing them on others, she is responding to quiet strength. This is how attraction matures, not through flash, through substance. And this is exactly why men who grow into a high-value man mindset often hear different kinds of compliments over time, less about surface, more about depth, less about what you display, more about how you show up. That shift doesn't happen by accident. It happens when you stop chasing validation and start embodying consistency. You must be present enough to recognize this moment when it appears, because it tells you she is engaging emotionally, not just socially. Don't make the mistake of brushing these compliments aside with humor or deflection. Many men do that. They wave it off. They joke it away. They change the subject. Don't. That doesn't make you more attractive. It makes you harder to connect with. Be calm. Be appreciative. A simple acknowledgement is enough. Let the moment land. Let her feel heard as well. Because when she offers a compliment that goes beneath the surface, she is revealing something about herself too. She is showing you what she values. She is showing you what she notices. She is showing you how she experiences connection. This is not flattery. This is information. And if you are paying attention, it teaches you how to attract women without forcing anything. Attraction grows when people feel recognized, not managed, when they feel seen, not evaluated. And this is where many so-called psychology tricks fail, because they focus on control instead of awareness. The real skill is not saying the perfect line. It is recognizing the meaning behind what is already being said. Understand this as well. These deeper compliments often come at unexpected moments, not during big conversations, not during dramatic scenes. They appear quietly, maybe after you handle a stressful situation with patience, maybe after you listen without interrupting, maybe after you laugh at yourself instead of getting defensive. These moments stick with her, and when she names them, she is bridging the gap between observation and emotion. That bridge matters. It is how attraction becomes personal. It is how interest becomes connection. And connection, when handled with care, is how people begin to fall closer without even realizing it. This is one of the most overlooked aspects of how to attract women in a lasting way. You don't perform. You allow your character to be visible. You don't announce your value. You live it. And over time, the right people notice. Be very clear about this point. A high-value man is not defined by status alone. He is defined by how others experience him over time. Calm feels calm. Integrity feels steady. Humor feels safe. Presence feels grounding. When she complements these things, she is responding to masculine energy that is regulated, not reactive. That is attractive because it feels predictable in the best sense, not boring, reliable. And reliability creates space for desire to grow. Don't rush this process. Don't try to accelerate it with big gestures or exaggerated confidence. That is unnecessary. Be consistent, be observant, be honest. That is what sustains attraction beyond the first impression. And here is something many men miss. These compliments are also a form of testing, not in a manipulative way, but in a human way. She is watching how you receive them. Do you become uncomfortable? Do you inflate your ego? Do you deflect? Or do you stay centered? How you respond tells her whether the connection feels safe to deepen. You must respond with balance, appreciation without dependence, confidence without arrogance. That balance is magnetic. It tells her you are comfortable with who you are, and comfort is contagious. This is how masculine energy communicates stability without words. This is how you attract women who are looking for more than surface excitement. So don't overlook sign 5. Don't underestimate it because it doesn't come with dramatic flair. Depth rarely does. When her compliments reach beneath the surface, she is telling you that you matter beyond appearance. She is telling you that your way of being has made an impression. She is telling you in her own words, I don't just see you, I feel you. And that sentence, spoken or unspoken, carries weight. Treat it with respect. Let it guide you. Stay present. Stay grounded. Stay authentic. Because this is not about tricks. This is about alignment. And alignment is what turns interest into something real, something steady, something worth building. Sign 6, she seeks out private moments. Sign 6 is revealed when she consistently seeks private moments with you because real attraction grows away from noise and performs best in calm, focused space. This is not coincidence, but intention, a quiet strategy guided by instinct and emotional intelligence, where she chooses depth over display. If she suggests a walk instead of staying in a crowded room, if she leans in and lowers her voice at a gathering, if she messages you privately after a group conversation fades, understand this clearly. She is creating conditions for connection, not chasing attention. As Marcus Aurelius reminded us, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts, meaning she wants a space where thoughts can slow down and align, where presence replaces performance. In modern life, filled with endless distractions, notifications, and surface-level interactions, choosing privacy is an act of focus and respect, a signal that she wants to see you without masks, without competition, without noise. Intimacy is not about secrecy, but about safety, a controlled environment where authenticity can breathe. When a woman creates that bubble with you, she is testing emotional compatibility, observing your calm, your listening, your restraint, your ability to hold space without rushing. This is why Old Stoic wisdom teaches that power is quiet, and confidence does not announce itself. It simply shows up steady and grounded. Many men miss the moment by trying to impress instead of staying present, by filling silence instead of honoring it, by seeking validation instead of offering stability. Remember what Seneca said: "He who is brave is free." Freedom here means freedom from neediness, freedom from over-explaining, freedom from forcing outcomes. When you remain composed in these private moments, when you listen more than you speak and let your actions communicate reliability, you activate a deep sense of attraction rooted in trust, not performance. This applies directly to modern dating, where everyone is overexposed yet underconnected, where loud gestures are common, but meaningful presence is rare. Your advantage is discipline, clarity, and emotional restraint. The core of Stoicism win as a mindset for life and relationships. When she seeks privacy, your instruction is simple: slow down, stay grounded, observe, respond with intention. Do not rush intimacy, but allow it to unfold naturally, because attraction strengthens when it feels chosen, not chased. As Epictetus taught, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Decide to be the man who is calm under attention, centered under interest, and steady in quiet moments, and she will feel it. Women are highly attuned to emotional consistency, especially in private, where there is no audience. This is where your iron mind matters most, where you demonstrate self-command without saying a word, where you show that your confidence does not depend on external validation. These moments are invitations, not guarantees, invitations to show maturity, patience, and respect for boundaries. In today's fast-paced world, where everything moves too quickly, the man who can slow time by his presence becomes unforgettable. When she creates that exclusive space, you do not escalate recklessly, and you do not retreat awkwardly. You hold the moment with quiet assurance, letting her feel seen and heard, because attraction is not built through pressure, but through comfort layered with mystery. As Nietzsche observed, "He who has a why to live can bear almost any how." Your why is mastery over yourself, mastery over your reactions, mastery over the moment, which signals leadership without force. This is the heart of Old Stoic wisdom applied to modern connection, teaching you that strength is shown through control, not excess. When you consistently respond this way, you create a pattern, a rhythm, where she associates you with calm, clarity, and emotional safety. That association is powerful. It imprints deeply. It lasts. It separates you from the noise of men who chase attention instead of building presence. Take this instruction seriously, because private moments are where attraction is refined, where curiosity deepens, where bonds are tested. If you meet these moments with composure, awareness, and patience, you position yourself as a man who understands life, understands people, and understands himself. That is why Stoicism win is not a slogan, but a strategy, a way of moving through relationships with dignity and purpose, sharpening your iron mind through restraint and intention. When you live this way, you don't need to wonder if attraction is real, because it will be felt, not questioned, sensed, not explained. That is how you master life, one quiet moment at a time. If you notice this sign, it's because you understand something most men miss. Privacy is not accidental. It's chosen. It's where real attraction grows. Comment this below to lock it in. I recognize when connection becomes personal. Sign 7, her energy shifts when you're near. Sign 7 is subtle, yet it hits with undeniable force. Her energy changes when you're near. And this shift is not imagination or wishful thinking. It is biology speaking in a quiet but honest voice. When a woman feels drawn to a man, her body often reacts before her mind has time to edit or conceal it. Notice how her cheeks warm slightly when you offer a sincere compliment. Not exaggerated praise, but a grounded observation. Notice how her laugh becomes a little brighter, a little fuller, not forced, just more alive. Notice the small, restless movements, fingers touching a necklace, hair brushed back and then forward again, a ring turned absent-mindedly, as if her hands are carrying thoughts she hasn't spoken yet. Don't confuse this with discomfort or anxiety. That is a common mistake. What you're seeing is chemistry, a mix of excitement and awareness that says, something meaningful is happening here. You must understand this clearly. Attraction is not always loud. It doesn't always announce itself with bold gestures. Often it shows up as energy, as a change in rhythm, as a soft electricity in the air that both of you can feel, even if neither of you names it. This is where female psychology reveals one of its quiet truths. The body responds to emotional safety and intrigue at the same time. When she feels seen, respected, and stimulated, her nervous system wakes up. Her posture may open. Her eyes may linger a second longer than necessary. Her voice may carry more warmth. That is not an accident. That is instinct. You must be present enough to recognize it without rushing to label it or push it further, because attraction grows best when it feels unpressured. Don't interrogate the moment. Don't rush to prove anything. Don't overreact with big moves or dramatic lines. Be calm, be grounded, be observant. That is where real confidence lives. This is also where psychology tricks are often misunderstood, because the most effective ones are not manipulative tactics, but awareness skills. The ability to read energy, respond with steadiness, and allow connection to unfold naturally. When you do this well, something interesting happens. She feels safe enough to let her guard soften, not collapse, just soften. And that softening is powerful. It invites closeness without demanding it. This is deeply connected to how to fall in love in a mature, lasting way, not through pressure or performance, but through resonance, through shared presence that feels easy and alive. If you pay attention, you'll notice that when she's around you, her attention sharpens. Distractions fade. She becomes more engaged in the moment. Even silence feels comfortable rather than awkward. That is a strong signal. Attraction often quiets the noise of the outside world. Here is the key point you must remember. Her body is often more honest than her words, especially early on. She may keep her language neutral, her tone polite, her intentions unspoken, but energy rarely lies. Trust what you observe, not what you hope for. Don't dismiss these signs as coincidence, because patterns matter more than single moments. If this shift happens repeatedly when you're near, that consistency is meaningful. It reflects something fundamental in female psychology: the alignment of emotional curiosity and physical awareness. You must meet this with balance, not intensity, not withdrawal. Balance. Stay relaxed, stay attentive, stay authentic. That is what sustains attraction over time. This is where psychology tricks, when used ethically, become tools of understanding rather than control. Tools that help you stay present instead of anxious. Remember this: attraction is not about trying harder. It's about being more attuned, more grounded, more yourself. When a woman feels that ease around you, her body responds, her energy rises, her presence becomes warmer. She may not say, "I'm drawn to you," but her laughter, her movements, her subtle excitement will say it for her. That is your cue, not to chase, not to retreat, but to remain steady. Steady presence is rare. Rarity is attractive. This understanding ties directly into how to fall in love in a way that feels natural rather than forced, where both people feel alive, curious, and safe at the same time. As you move forward, keep this awareness with you. Observe without judging. Respond without rushing. Let connection grow at its own pace. When energy aligns, attraction doesn't need to shout. It simply shows up. Again and again. Quietly powerful. Guided by female psychology, supported by genuine presence, strengthened by psychology tricks that are really just wisdom in disguise. And that is how to fall in love without losing yourself, without pressure, and without confusion. Hello. Thank you for staying until the very end of this video. The most important thing to remember is never jump to conclusions based on a single signal. The truth always lies in repeated behaviors over time. When many signs appear consistently, it's not a coincidence, it's emotions being expressed silently. But remember, understanding psychology and attraction is not about manipulation, but about acting more appropriately. The strongest men aren't those who play mind games, but those who are alert, respectful, and confident enough to respond with sincerity. True attraction doesn't come from trickery, but from charisma, composure, and self-respect. If you recognize those signals, stay calm. Don't rush. Respond with confidence, with a clear attitude, and with your true self. Because the strongest relationships don't begin with words, but with energy, with understanding, and with things that don't need to be said. If this video gives you a new perspective, please like and share it with someone you think needs to hear this. Don't forget to leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And subscribe to the channel to continue following us for more insightful lessons on psychology, attraction, and relationships. Remember, attraction is not a game. Attraction is about understanding. And when you understand that silent language, you hold the key to building genuine, deep, and lasting relationships.